What's going on, my dudes? So today I'm having more brake issues, and to be exact, my caliper on the driver's side is seized. So I gotta switch them out. So I already went ahead and I got the wheels off, obviously, like you just saw. Got some calipers here. Just got some remanufactured ones because I needed them ASAP. Eventually, when I get the extra money, like $800 extra monies, I plan on doing Willwood 4-piston calipers. So basically what happened is I was on my way to work this morning. I adjusted the brakes yesterday, like you guys saw in yesterday's video, and I didn't drive the car at all yesterday. But today, on the way to work, before I even got like 5 miles down the road, I started smelling something a little bit weird, and by the time I got onto the freeway, it definitely smelled like my brakes were cooking. So I pulled over, checked them out. They weren't super red or nothing crazy, like they weren't too bad, but it did feel like the car was being slowed down a little bit. So yeah, by the time I got to work, I felt my driver wheel and it was like scorching compared to the passenger wheel. And thankfully, there's no damage done to it yet. Like, it doesn't feel like it's glazed over or nothing. I won't know if the pads are still usable, which I'm hoping they are because I don't want to spend another 30 bucks on that. So yeah, I'm going to just get this all ripped off really quick. I'm not going to show you guys that since I showed you that yesterday, but I wanted to make a video on this so you guys could see it. And the only difference in what I'm doing today from what I did yesterday is taking the caliper off and then basically disconnecting the brake line from it. So do that, and then it just comes apart, and then I just slap the new one on, bleed the brakes, and we're good to go. Alright, well, luckily for me, they got these left and right labeled because I am a little gifted, so it would have taken me a minute to figure it out because they look identical to me. So yeah, loosen up the bolts, I'll time-lapse that, we'll get it done because I'm on a limited time schedule because I got to drive this to work tomorrow, so let's go. Yeah, so you can see you can see right there that it was stuck on there. So I shouldn't probably reuse these, but I'm gonna try it anyway because I'm retarded. So it'll either work or it won't. So I guess we'll find out. But yeah, so I have to reuse these brackets, which is fine. But they gave me new hardware, so new slide pin and boots. So I'm gonna put that together quick, and I'll show you guys how to do that. And we'll get the brake line off, slap the new caliper on, and be good to go. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to just bolt this thing up to the new caliper quick, and then I'm going to assemble the bracket with the new slide pins and whatnot so you can see how to do that. Alright, so I got the line on now. I got to spray it off because it's covered in brake fluid. So I'm going to go get some brake fluid, or brake cleaner. Alright, so in one of these Rebo kits, you're going to be getting one of these pieces, which is what goes onto the center of the caliper itself. And then you're going to get these two pieces that hold the pad in place, which go right there. You're going to get 2 new slide pins, 2 new boots, and then 2 new nice shiny nuts or bolts that go into right there into the slide pin. So pretty much it's really self-explanatory. Just pop the old stuff off just like that. Slide pin and boot come right out just like so. And then since this is all fresh grease, I'm not going to bother cleaning it out because I cleaned it out yesterday before putting new grease in it. But normally I'm going to re-grease these slide pins, but normally you'd want to clean that out good with brake cleaner and stuff. But yeah, I'll just assemble it and then show you guys what it looks like. So now you basically just reassemble it, which is obviously reversal of removal, and then once I get it all assembled, I'm going to whip the other side up quick, and then I'm going to pop the rear wheels off, get that jacked up, and then I can show you guys how to bleed it. Alright, so I've got the calipers on both sides now. Got this side finished up. So basically what I'm going to be doing is, like I said, I'm going to take the back wheels off so that way I can bleed the rears as well. But this little bleeder screw, basically what you do is make sure you got your cap off, you got it full of fluid up there. You go pump the brakes a few times and you hold it, and then you open the bleeder screw a little bit until you see some bubbles coming out, and then once they start slowing down, you close it back up, pump it. Rinse and repeat until all 4 corners have been bled and there's as little to no bubbles as possible in each caliper. So super simple, just really time consuming, unfortunately. But yeah, unless you have a friggin' tool for it, you're gonna need a friend. So I'm gonna go grab Taylor and she can pump the brakes for me while I loosen this up. And you're also gonna need some sort of like vacuum style like sealed setup. So this is what I use. Just drill the hole in a bottle and use some aquarium hose, and just use some needle nose pliers if it's not big enough, and stretch it out a little bit, get it over there so it's a nice tight seal, so that way you're not going to get any air trapped in there. Fill the bottle with a little bit of brake fluid so that way the bottom of the hose is submerged in there, so you're not sucking up air when the pedal is coming off. And yeah, just bleed it. So I'm going to get this jacked up, get those wheels off, and get to bleeding. Alright, so when you're going to bleed this, like I said, have the hose in some sort of bottle with fluid in it, so that way you're not sucking up air, crack the bleeder screw, blah, blah, blah. So pump it a few times and then crack the screw loose, let the bubbles come out, close it, pump it, and you have to do it in a sequence. Each person might tell you different, but from what I've done when I put the steel brake lines on this car, you have to start with the furthest from the master cylinder, so being left-hand drive, do passenger rear, driver rear, passenger front, then driver front, farthest to closest, and just do that a few times through until clear fluid is out and you have no bubbles left. So alright, so just like you can see, just got the hose on there. Had to have it on the brake since the hose wasn't long enough, but just gonna crack this loose after the brakes are pumped, and then watch the bubbles flow out, and then, you know, like I said, close it. Okay, so we just finished up with the passenger rear, moving on to the driver rear. So same process, rinse and repeat. Okay, well the rear ones hardly needed to be bled at all, so moving on to the front ones, these ones should definitely have a lot of air in them. And I'll show you guys a little bit of these ones so you can just kind of see it, and then I'll shoot over to putting it all back together. Pump. See, there goes some of the bubbles. Got some big ones now. And you also want to make sure that you're topping off your brake fluid the whole time you're doing this. Don't let it get below the minimum mark, otherwise you are going to be getting some air bubbles in there and you're going to just be wasting your efforts. Alright, so we're done with the passenger side. Moving on to the final corner of the driver side, and then should be good to go and should have some brakes finally. Release. 5 and hold.
Many months later.
Alright, so this fourth corner should be done. Just gonna feel it really quick, make sure that it has pedal pressure. Yep, definitely feels solid. So should be good. So I'm gonna freaking put some wheels on it, drop it down, spin around the block quick, and make sure that it stops. Well, if you guys hear any vibration noise, I apologize, and if the camera is moving around a little bit, I also apologize. I don't have a windshield mount, so it's just sitting on the dash for a minute. There's a lot of mosquitoes in here from having the window open. But yeah, so I'm gonna go drop these cores off, and hopefully my brakes still work. Or hopefully they just work. Okay, to build up a little bit of pressure right there. Alright, so far so good. Let's see if we blast the stop sign or not, alright? Wow, the pedal definitely feels a lot more solid than it did with my old calipers, so that's good. Give it a little bit more of a higher speed stop, just to be safe. Alright. Coming from a 30. Alright, I think we're good. Seems to be okay. And I'm rolling backwards out of gear. So, I think we did good. First time doing actual calipers. I've done brake lines and bled brakes before, but never actually put on a different caliper. Super duper easy, so you guys can definitely do it yourselves. Alright, coming up from a 45, and the pedal feels super solid, so yeah, we definitely did a good job, and I don't smell brakes anymore, so I think that's gonna wrap it up. Alright guys, so I just got the cores returned. I'm gonna end this off because I got some tacos to go eat, and I gotta go to work tomorrow, unfortunately. So if you found this video useful, please slap it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, because I'm kind of, I like to think I'm entertaining. And other than that, yeah, I'll be posting a video probably Friday or Saturday. Not sure exactly what's going on, but we'll figure something out. I'm trying to get a hold of a suction mount for the windshield so I can put this camera and we can go do some driving videos, because we haven't done that for a while since I haven't had a GoPro. But yeah, so you know what to do, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace out, guys. Perfect, standing there in my American apparel,